All right, this is DK Bold with another Bold Business Report. So, you want to start a business. Well, where do you go? How do you get the capital to get going? And what do you do to get over the humps of going from just throwing your blood, sweat, and tears into it to actually a growing concern? Well, all I want to talk about in this episode is really that immediate startup. And it just so happens that the other weekend I was having a conversation, actually had lunch with a friend of mine, and he started a business and it's going, but it's undercapitalized. And it's still in that very infant stages of startup. And he came to me, said, "Hey, Darren, you've worked with businesses, you've raised some capital for folks. What do you do?" So as I was talking to him, I started asking him a series of questions. And he pulled out the notepad, and I would encourage you to do the same. So here's the question, and a fundamental one that's very, very poignant to this entire process. First and foremost, would you give you money for this business opportunity? Think about that for a moment. And then, based on that question, think about all the questions you would ask someone about their business before you gave them money. Think about it from a banker's perspective. Banks have tightened up their loan rates. They've tightened up their lending practices. So it is virtually, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very, very challenging to get loans. And in fact, my friend had been to a bank, had given him all of this documentation about his business, but yet was still unable to get any money. So as you're asking these questions, go back to, hey, what would you ask? What would you go through to find out if you would give money to your business? Well, ask, what are all the things that could possibly go wrong? What kind of business do you have? So if it's a services-oriented business, is it reliant just on you? If you go away, if you got hurt, if you're sick, does the business go away? If it's reliant on a single product or service or a single piece of the business and that goes away, what are the legal ramifications? What happens in this case? My friend has a business that has some travel involved with it, with some trucks, so fuel is a key issue. And with fuel prices varying quite a bit, he has to take that into account, and it changes his business model based on $2.30 gas versus $3 or $4 gas. And so how do you package that all together? Then the next question is, if you're in a situation such as he is, where do you find the money? Well, first and foremost is anytime you have a startup type business, you need to start with what I call F cubed. And simply put, that's friends, family, and fools. So basically you go to your friends, you go to your family, and you look at ways to help them overcome any issues and see if they'll throw some money your way to help get things started. So that's kind of wraps it up for this episode of Bold Business Report. I'll be back next time. We'll go into a little bit more detail on this business process, what goes into a business plan, as well as looking at investors and what do you put in front of them. Until next time, take care and you have a great day.